Hi, I'm Walla Walla Public Schools Superintendent Mick Miller, and welcome to the Pulse for May. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful weather we're having this spring, and we are so looking forward to this final push toward the end of the school year. Well, May is our Partners in Learning Month, and we've recognized over 150 individual partners that have helped with our school district. And as part of our strategic plan, we are really trying to reach out to bring more community resources into our schools. Now, the board at the May 20th board meeting is recognizing 4 specific partners for their outstanding contributions. And those 4 partners are Original Design, Fort Walla Walla Museum, Walla Walla Fairgrounds, and Commitment to Community. And we're so proud of these 4 as well as all of our community partners. Well, today we're in our business office. The business office helps manage the $65 million budget in the Walla Walla Public Schools, and they do an outstanding job. Today we're going to hear from Ted Cohan, our new business manager, and we're excited to hear from Ted and so glad that you're joining us today on The Pulse. I'm here with business manager Ted Cohan, and Ted joined us about 10 months ago. And Ted, you're not a rookie anymore. You've been here now for a while, but you were in business in banking for 20 years. What made you decide to make a switch to the public sector?
You know, it was really just, I enjoyed the private sector, enjoyed what I was doing, and it just came about when the opportunity opened up. It seemed like something I'd be interested in. I got 3 kids in the school district. Right. Most of my volunteer work has to do with kids, have to do with coaching or nonprofits that have to do with helping kids, and I just thought it'd be a nice career change.
Right, and you also spent some time with the Explorer Parent Organization as well, didn't you? In some leadership capacity?
Correct, yeah, I think I was on the board for 4 years and president for about 2 years when my oldest son was in the Explorers program. So that gave me some insight working with Linda Boggs about the program, learned a little bit about the workings of the district, but certainly not very much.
Not very much. Well, it's been a little bit of a learning curve would be my guess.
Correct, yeah, I think it's about a 2-year learning curve. I feel like I'm getting better every day, but still certainly learning.
Great. Well, what do you see as the primary function of the business office, and what are kind of the major things that you do here?
Certainly the biggest thing is going to be the budget. We have a $65 million budget each year that we have to, around $65 million each year that we have to deal with, but also we're in charge of all the benefits, so medical, dental, vision for all the employees, payroll. We pay over 1,000 employees each month. Of that $65 million budget, about $50 million is payroll. So that goes to local people here, and so $4 to $5 million a month in payroll. And then also have the Director of Facilities, Director of Nutrition Services, and Director of Transportation report to me. So I'm learning all of those areas as well. So there's quite a bit. And then risk management. We also switched risk management companies last year, and we also switched insurance providers last year. So that's been a big switch as well.
Very good. Well, now with that wide range of things, what are the things that you're finding the most challenging?
The budget is certainly the most complex. As I tell people, when you're an outside parent, and even when I was in the Explorers program and learning about that, it seems simple in the sense that you get money from the state, you get money from the federal government, you get money from the levy, and it just seems very simple. You get that money and you hire the teachers and you educate the kids. But when you get into the details of the budget, and so much of that money is specific for one program, for a Title I program or a LAP program or special education, that it's very complex as to all the different funding sources and how that money can actually be used. So it's really the details of the budget and making sure that we're using the right money for the right programs is very detailed.
And then the other part of this is we have to make sure that we're doing it right. How do we let the taxpayers and our patrons know that we're good stewards of this $65 million every year?
Right, correct. No, we certainly have a lot of internal controls. Here in the business office, we have 8 different individuals, so we make sure that no one person can be in charge of one area. There always is a double check person. We also are audited each year by the state. They're here right now, actually currently, and have been for about the last 5 weeks, on and off. But they audit us every year. Take a look at all the different programs and the books and make sure we're spending the money the way we're supposed to. And also, a lot of our federal programs are audited each year, or sometimes every 2 or 3 years. So there's quite a bit of checks and balances.
And with that audit, I would love to be able to just report out everything went great. So we're hoping that it will be good. But actually, this audit is for the last school year.
Correct. Yeah, always 1 year in behind, so 1 year in arrears.
You mentioned funding. And those major funding sources, the federal government, state government being the biggest, and then the local government, our local levy. The local levy itself passed 2 years ago as a 4-year levy. And would you anticipate those levy, us asking for continuing funding? Would you think will we be asking for a little bit more down the road? What kind of things are you seeing as you're kind of getting into that part of the work?
My guess would maybe asking for a little bit more, and some of that being looking at more technology advances. As we go forward. We have a new tech director who came in last year, of course,
right.
And he's looking at some really, I think forward-thinking programs as far as looking at more technology. And so I think there's a chance we'll have to ask for a little bit more on that levy when it comes due in 2016.
2016 really targeted more toward the technology.
Correct.
Great. Well, Ted, we love having you here. We're glad that we were able to steal you from Baker Boyer Bank, and I hope you're enjoying your time with Walla Walla Public Schools.
It's a learning curve, but I'm certainly enjoying it.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ted, and we're so glad that you've joined our school district. Well, as we get through May, that means that just around the corner is June and graduation, the big events in our school district. June 5th is the Lincoln High School commencement at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds, and June 6th is Wahai commencement. We're so excited to celebrate the accomplishments of our seniors. But before we get to graduation, there's some other things that have happened and are happening this month. First off, we are piloting the new Smarter Balanced Assessment Consortium, SBAC, the new test that's going to be used next year to measure student achievement in relation to the Common Core standards. A number of our schools are testing it this spring so that we'll be prepared for it for next year. So thank you for those parents that have been supporting your children going through SBAC testing. But we've also been doing measurement of student progress, MSP testing, grades 3 through 8 in our schools. It's a really stressful time for kids, and we again so appreciate the support of our parents. At the board meeting on June 3rd, we will be recognizing our graduates of distinction. We have an outstanding class this year that we're so excited to recognize their accomplishments and their achievements as graduates of distinction for our school district. And want to end by congratulating Walla Walla High School for being named a Washington Achievement Award winning school. Again, this is the third time in 4 years, this time for high progress. Congratulations to the students, staff, and administration at Wahai. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Pulse. One more Pulse next month in June, and we are looking forward to summer. Have a great month.